Well, the big story, of course, today is the political crisis in the Congress NCP government here in Maharashtra. Over 24 hours after the resignation of Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar and all other NCP ministers who offered to resign, Sharad Pawar is yet to open his cards. The NCP legislators in Maharashtra met today amid high drama, passed a resolution urging Ajit Pawar to withdraw his resignation. They, however, left the final decision to party chief Sharad Pawar. But he is silent on whether he will accept or reject his nephew's resignation. Meanwhile, 13 independent MLAs supporting the government opened up another front, threatening to rethink their support if Ajit Pawar's resignation was accepted by the Chief Minister. But NCP Vice President Praful Patel has told NDTV that the resignation must be accepted. So, is this all a political power play, a pressure tactic on the Congress government?
Whether he should live there or whether he should go to Delhi, it's an internal issue of the Congress party. It's a prerogative of the Congress leadership. We have no view on this. Regarding support from NCP to Union government and Maharashtra, there is no two opinion about that. We will continue to support the government in Delhi and government in Maharashtra. In both places will be part of government.
When this news broke out, then you actually said you did a small press conference sort of a thing when you spoke to reporters and said that his responsibilities of energy and the other finance portfolio would be distributed between two ministers. Then we get the news that, all NCP ministers have quit. So is it not a pressure tactic by Mr. Ajit Pawar to show that MLAs are behind him?
Not at all. You see what happens is when such an event takes place and unannounced, everybody was, not knowing what exactly was the background to it, whether permission had been taken or not. And as a spontaneous reaction, the MLAs or the ministers rather went and gave their resignation to the party president, thinking that, something was amiss. But the fact is that the consent had been sought from the party president. People were unaware. And there is no question, there's not a question of pressure tactics at all. The fact remains that the ministers will be asked to continue, and they will continue. The portfolio
who will be the deputy chief minister?
There will be no deputy chief minister for the present. Mr. Ajit Pawar will continue to be the leader of the legislative party of our party in the assembly.
And will he have a role in the government? Will he have a role?
No, there's no question of a role in the government. When you step down, you don't be in government. But certainly the government will be, or the ministers of the NCP will definitely be guided by him. And he will continue to lead the party in the assembly. So there is no question, we will not fill up that position. And as I said, we hope that everything should be okay in a few months down the line.
Well, that is, of course, Praful Patel, Vice President of the NCP, talking to NDTV, clarifying that Ajit Pawar will want to, of course, resign and the government should really accept his resignation and there will be no Deputy Chief Minister here in Maharashtra. Joining us to discuss all of this, we have Rahul Narvekar of the Shiv Sena, and we also have Sanjay Jha, co-founder of HamaraCongress.com. Rahul, to you first, because I want to ask you from not only an opposition points of view, but also given the drama we see not only between the Congress and the NCP, but also regarding the Shiv Sena and the MNS, do you think all of this is rather staged and not really a genuine, a revolt against Sharad Pawar as many see this to be? Many say this is a script, going by a particular script which the NCP has already scripted long time back. It's only the timing which was in question. The time has come today and they have enacted the script. Rahul.
Well, insofar as the unfolding of events in the last 2 days, I see this as nothing other than positioning by the NCP. Well, the scam pertaining to irrigation has come out on the floor of the House in the Assembly sometime in the last winter session. There was a white paper to be placed before the Assembly in this budget session. There's a PIL filed against the irrigation scam sometime about 5 months back. I don't understand why was Mr. Ajit Pawar sitting pretty for the last over 6 months but decides to hand in his resignation only yesterday. So the whole timing draws a big question on the whole intent of this resignation, and therefore I would term this as a drama and nothing else. Insofar as your question with regards to Shiv Sena is concerned, Shiv Sena is a distinct individual, is a party by itself, has its own agenda, has its own ideology and professes the same. Therefore, there is no question of any kind of drama with regards to any other party, may it be MNS or NCP or the Congress. So I don't know why would you draw a parallel between the Shiv Sena and the NCP. I mean, it's most uncalled for and it doesn't meet any logic.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.